Texas Podcast Massacre contains spoilers and adult language. For more horror, visit us at our website at texaspodcastmassacre.com. This is Texas Podcast Massacre.
Welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, coming to you from Houston, Texas. I'm your host, Mitch, and with me as always are my fellow classmates, Nate.
Ouch.
And Lisa.
You messed up my face.
And that's unforgivable.
It is.
Completely.
Yeah.
So, each week on Texas Podcast Massacre, we take a look at a different horror movie and debate a horror-related topic with our unsuspecting victims, who is usually someone that is not what we would call a horror fan. This week, we've brought our good friends Matt and Jill to a remote battleground for both of them to fight it out with their closest friends and see who will reign supreme. Welcome to the show, Matt and Jill.
Hey there.
Hey.
So, Matt, we had you back earlier, or I guess, wasn't really earlier, it was early last year.
20 episodes ago.
Train to Busan. So we're bringing in for all the Southeast Asia's hits.
Yep. That's my thing.
Oh.
Well, ironically, in South Korea, where Train to Busan takes place, this movie is still banned. Mm-hmm. To this day, you cannot watch Battle Royale in South Korea right now.
Oh, wow.
Still banned.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's quote unquote banned. It was banned in the U.S. too, but I'm sure people have seen it.
So actually, I'll get into that later, but it wasn't technically banned in the U.S.
Oh, Lord.
It was just strongly discouraged.
No.
Well, we'll get into that in a second. Before that, though, so first timer, though, we have Jill. So, Jill, would you call yourself a horror fan or not so much?
I would not call myself a horror fan at all. In fact, I would say that this movie is not even a horror film, which is why I like it.
Interesting.
Nice.
So let's stay on that. So, okay, why do you think it's not a horror film?
So if you had to equate this movie with another movie in American pop culture, which one would you say is?
The movie that blatantly stole from
Dracula 3000.
Yeah, I mean, Hunger Games, but Hunger Games clearly ripped us off.
Right. But would you call Hunger Games a horror movie?
It
depends.
It depends.
How much are you scared by stiff acting?
I don't know. I mean, I am, werewolves do frighten me and love interest with vampire. Is that the wrong one? Am I getting the
you're close, but you're way off.
No vampire.
Very, very off.
Are you sure there is a really pasty, weird looking person in most of those films?
Yeah, less glimmering. Oh man.
Okay.
I call this more of a sci-fi, not quite dystopian. I don't really know how you'd categorize it. But I'm not so sure I'd call it horror.
Well, it's not a zombie movie, but I mean, how many people die?
40. Well, look, there's 42 classmates.
I don't know if that is the criteria.
Don't forget about the teacher either.
Yeah, roughly close to 45 people die in this film total.
That sounds about right.
So
yeah.
High death count. Also, you don't think it's scary that you could wake up on a remote island and be forced to kill folks like out of the blue? I don't know. I think with Hunger Games, the only reason why I say it differently is because at least with that, you sort of know it's coming.
Yeah, you're getting there's a nomination.
And you don't know the people, but you don't know the
coming.
other people from the district. In these people all went to class. They grew up together. So these are all people you know. I don't know who's in District 7.
You still know that it's possible it's coming.
I think what Jill's saying is that she doesn't mind killing those close to her. It's like, this isn't that scary to me.
Friendship over.
I will take you all down. It's not. I'm not scared at all.
No. All right. Well, welcome to the show, Matt and Katniss. I mean, Jill. And with that, we will move on to our actual debate topic for the week.
We will see how the Lord favors you.
No, you dare not use blaspheme.
He will punish you. The jaws of hell will devour you. All of you. No.
It's 2018. That means it's time for a new drop.
Well, be the change you believe you want to see in the world.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, you pick one. Actually, pick one. And
I'll pick
be
one.
the change you want to
From
see
a horror
in the world.
movie. That makes sense for that section.
Okay, so in this movie, they're all well, I'm not even mentioning it. We're doing Battle Royale for all of our listeners. So in Battle Royale, they are given each a different weapon. Some are more useful than others. Some people get AKs, other people get a pot lid.
A fan? I'm really hot from running. Oh, man, this is amazing.
Well, maybe you could like fan some flames around.
Oh, sure.
We don't know. That could have been the best weapon. We don't know. My question to you all is, and one character actually goes back and requests a different bag because he didn't get the weapon he wanted. If you were in this scenario, what weapon would you be hoping for? And the only caveat I'll put is, just you can say a gun, but not like an assault rifle. So it needs to be like a specific gun, not assault rifle. If you're going to go gun, you can go anything else though.
No more than six bullets, 8 bullets. Just none of this semi-automatic. I never have to reload again.
17.
No Gatling guns.
Yeah, we're not recreating Call of Duty.
All of like the MAC-10s in this movie have like 5,000 bullets per clip. Well, like they shoot forever.
Just the one.
It's like they just keep running over clips and picking them up.
Yeah, their bags should be super heavy from all the bullets.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, I mean, not really because they keep blowing through them. So
yeah, who knows?
Well,
cheat code.
Anyway.
Nate, why don't you go first?
Sure. So I'm going to go with the guy who has the GPS thing that shows where everyone's position is.
Okay.
And then when I see someone who's right next to me, I'm not going to go like yell at them. I'm going to go hide away from everyone and just hide from everyone the whole time. And I can see where everyone is. That's like the best one. You don't even need a gun. You just like hide.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about when there's one man standing? What are you going to do? Like it's you and someone else.
Well, then you know where they are and you can sneak up on them.
Interesting.
Right? I mean,
they have all the guns.
Push them off the cliff into the ocean.
But they have all the guns and the bulletproof vest and
bulletproof vest doesn't help if you're pushed off the.
You can make it work.
Yeah, but you get up to the person.
Yeah, but then you know where you can scavenge other people's weapons because no one else is alive there. So I mean, you got all kinds of options. That's what I would do. It seems like the best.
Okay.
The best one.
Okay. Matt, how about you?
I said the GPS tracker as well, but I'd be going the opposite route. So instead of, kind of being like Nate and be like, oh, I want to run away, I'd use it and I'd be the predator.
You would straight murder fools on this island. Okay.
Your bare hands?
Yeah, I was going to say like.
Fine. I'll go Schwarzenegger style and I'll create some, traps in the woods and stuff like that too. Pointy stick, climb up from behind. It'd work.
So really, you want a GPS in an indestructible, like jagged metal case, potentially lined with tetanus. I don't.
Oh well, it doesn't seem unreasonable. How many people got sick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'd use it for the offense and defense when I feel like it.
Yeah. Wait. So let me ask real quick. I mean, these totally real weapons, right? Not like anything from like another universe sort of thing. I mean, not like totally bullshit made up.
Jill's like, goddamn, I can't use the bow and arrow now.
What? This is not Dragon Ball Z.
All right, fine.
Dragon Ball Z.
I don't know.
I want to shoot a fireball at everyone all the time. Win.
Lightning bolt.
If Dragon Ball Z were real, he would have gotten shot in the first time he started saying Kamehameha. I mean, he does it for 4 episodes.
I don't know what's happening there.
Your nerd just came out.
Oh yeah, we're in my realm.
Next
now.
time on Dragon Ball Z, he's still in the same spot, yelling the same word.
Yes.
On the next episode, maybe the words change. Same spot.
He goes to another syllable. Lisa, what's your weapon?
Crossbow. Hands down, easily.
Okay.
The only problem is I don't know how to climb a tree.
I like that's the only problem in this plan.
That is a problem.
I gotta figure that out.
Could you reload the crossbow easily?
If you know how to climb down the tree and get your arrows back. Sure.
Okay.
You mean you couldn't just whittle some branches up?
It seems like, and when the person
It'd
who
be hard
used
to get them straight.
when the person who used it in the movie had the problem is because he shot and then missed and then couldn't reload fast
Yeah, from
enough.
point
He
blank.
didn't climb the tree. There were two guys. There was the guy at the very beginning who just went off willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Shot a person through the face.
Have a plan, man. And then the second guy who literally is at point blank range. It's like you just got killed when you easily could have taken her out.
Yeah, but he was like, "Ooh, do I want to kill her or do I want to like try to sexually assault her?" Like, ooh,
He was trying to climb a different
This
tree.
is a top.
Yeah, but do you think he really would have cared if she was dead or not?
Oh,
Jesus.
shit! I think yes. I think that was a factor.
Yeah.
I think it was a factor.
Someone's been watching a little too much Mindhunters lately.
Oh man!
This could get real bad.
Yeah, wow.
We're gonna move along. Jill, what would be your weapon of choice?
So I figured if I'm not allowed to have a gun, the odds are pretty much not in my favor at all. So I'm probably going to die. And if I'm going to have to die, I might as well look like a badass while I'm doing it. So I'd want the sickle.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
You'd go with sickle
That looks
over.
super cool.
You go with sickle over like samurai sword or something like that. You want a farming implement.
The girl who had the sickle in the movie was a total badass. She used it pretty well. So yeah, I'm going to stick with the sickle.
All right. All good answers.
That's awesome.
I think I'd want like just a shit ton of canisters of mustard gas. I would just want to fuck everyone up like hardcore.
But was that in this movie?
It wasn't, but it's a weapon I can use. It's a real weapon
From this movie.
That was not. No, that was not.
From this movie.
Okay, fine. That's
Fine,
a good one.
fine,
Now,
that's-
what about from this movie?
Yeah. Jeez.
Mustard gas existed in this reality.
Mitch,
Sure.
look, you can just say you want the pot
fine,
lid.
but-
It's okay.
I can say I'm a what?
You want the pot lid.
Pot lid
It's
is
all right.
second for
The
me.
pot lid was. I would only want the pot lid if I got the pot bottom. I mean, I don't know how they found shit to cook with. I mean, that would have been helpful if you're like, great, I can make food. No, of the weapons that were here, I did.
Binoculars.
Binoculars are good too.
Shit.
Those are real good.
No.
Not at night as much, but
No, I think I'd want that shotgun.
shotgun.
Yeah. That shotgun's pretty. If nothing else, there's an intimidation factor anytime you have a pump action shotgun.
And that's not an automatic shotgun. So
no,
so it does count. in
He had
this.
to,
Okay.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
single barrel, had to pump it. Yeah, pump action. All right, well, good. I mean, they're all good answers.
I feel like we'd all die, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Not me. Where am I? Here I am, or am I over
Well,
here?
it depends. If you both have a GPS and Matt's hunting you, but you're running away from him.
Yeah, that means he's following me, and I can set a trap for him. Oh, see.
Wherever you stopped to set that trap.
Unless he's
Triple
chasing you toward a danger zone. Danger zone.
That's true. It would be a cat and mouse. It would be a cat and mouse.
It would be pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that leads us, I guess, to our main segment, which is to review this week's movie of the week, Battle Royale.
人生はゲームです。みんな必死になって戦って生き残る価値のある大人になりましょう。バトルロワイヤル。
No matter what I would have picked for the trailer drop, no one,
Yeah.
unless you spoke Japanese, was going to.
That was from the Japanese release of Hunger Games, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
So was
That was Katniss.
Yeah.
Played by a elderly Japanese statesman.
Whatever translator you can get, that's what you got to get.
so it was never dubbed.
No, it was not actually. No,
Wow,
I've never
that's
seen.
impressive.
I don't think I've ever seen a dubbed version of this movie.
I don't want no dubs. So
All right, so if you if you're not a fluent Japanese speaker, Battle Royale is the is the coming of age tale of a ninth grade class that has been selected to participate in what's called the BR Act, which stands for Battle Royale, because I guess the people who come up with creative names was out for lunch that day.
Yep.
They are put on an island where they are forced to fight each other till the last person standing The winner, I believe, gets some sort of government prize, but it's basically all ran by the government in Japan in this kind of
dystopian, authoritarian,
dystopian-esque, yeah, this bleak-esque era. First off, I guess Nate, you have some trivia nuggets there.
So this movie came out in the year 2000. It was 114 minutes. It went by quickly. It's a really, really fast-paced, good movie. 7.7 on IMDb, which is one of our highest by far movies, basically doubling Jason X. So that's good. And on
because that's the low bar you set.
And on Rotten Tomato, definitely doubling Thanksgiving. And then Rotten Tomatoes is 87%. So a very well-beloved movie, very influential movie. One of the taglines is, I just killed my best friend. And another tagline was, 1 dead, 41 to go. Really good taglines for this movie.
Yeah.
It was made for only $4.5 million, and then it made over $25 million just in Japan, and then it was in limited releases kind of all around the world after that. It was based on the novel Battle Royale by
Kushan Takami.
God, I was going to say that right, jerk.
You looked like I was trying to help you out. My bad. I believe in you.
And certain government MPs in Japan at first tried to get the novel banned and was unsuccessful, which made it popular. And then tried to get the movie banned, which was unsuccessful and led to be popular. So that's kind of how it became, kind of more than a cult classic in Japan, and then became a cult classic everywhere else because it was so popular there. Yeah. So
reverse psychology.
Exactly. Fail. I mean, it was only some of the MPs, only some of the people there, but it did not work. The director was Kinji Fukasaku, and that's his name. I don't know. He also died during directing the sequel, Battle Royale 2.
Crossbow.
It was a crossbow to the face. Then he called his son right after and had him finish directing it, which is true. His son did finish directing it, and that movie was terrible. So don't watch that one.
Just pretend it doesn't exist.
Some of the films from this guy. So he started his directorial debut was 1961. So this is at the very end of his career that he made this movie. Some of the films that he made were Cops vs. Thugs, Hiroshima Deathmatch, Battles Without Honor and Humanity, Tora Tora Tora, The Green Slime, and my personal favorite, Doberman Cop.
I mean, Tora Tora Tora, is that a remake or what?
No.
Yeah, it's not like a well-renowned movie.
Yeah. I'm throwing that in there as an actual movie, but then also The Green Slime and Doberman
Okay,
Cop.
So he actually did the Tora Tora Tora.
Yeah, he did part of it. He was a co-director of Tora Tora Tora.
Okay,
yes.
that's I wanted to make sure that stood out among the crap.
No, you guys are forgetting Doberman Cop. I'm assuming there's a talking dog somewhere.
Did Tracy Morgan star in it?
Yeah, probably. But yeah, so that guy made 60, 70 movies throughout his career, so pretty prolific. And then his most popular that was definitely Battle Royale. The main actor in the movie beat Takeshi, famous for last year's amazing Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
The Blind Swordsman, which is a great movie, highly recommend. Johnny Mnemonic, if anyone remembers that Keanu Reeves masterpiece. And Fireworks, another really good movie.
He was also for the idiots fonts among us. MXC, which used to be on Spike TV back in high school. He was the main guy for that. So that was a Japanese game show called Beat Takeshi's Castle, and then they totally redubbed it and made it really stupid, but I enjoyed the shit out of it.
I thought it was fantastic as well. So some of the main actors, so you got Shuya, Tatsuya Fujiwara. He was Light in Death Note.
Yeah.
The anime, which was fantastic. And then we got...
And he's Shishio in the live action.
In the live action Kenshin remake.
Yes. Wow.
You can't really tell that it's him with all the bandages, but it's him.
Which is fantastic, by the way. Highly recommend.
I'm just going to hand this over to Lisa now. Shit, that's impressive. And then Takako, who's... I'm really fucking these up, which is fine.
Forgive us, Japan.
Yeah, Chiguya in the movie. She was obviously Go-Go in the Kill Bill movies fantastically.
Wait, Shiaki Kuriyama?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
No.
I said her name from the movie, the character name. So,
yeah.
Shaki
Kuriyama was Gogo
Yes,
Yubari.
I was getting there, Mitch.
Were you?
But she was Go-Go in the Kill Bill movies, and she was in last year's Blade of the Immortal, which is a good movie as well. I don't know if you guys saw that or not.
I like how she's wearing a yellow jumpsuit, though.
In this.
Cool. Foreshadowing for Kill Bill? Wow.
Cool.
Nice. So this movie featured no stunt doubles whatsoever. So take that however you want. There's some pretty cool stuff that was happening, so that's awesome. Yeah, like I mentioned, it's still banned in South Korea, which just seems excessive. It was partially banned in Germany for like 3 months in 2013, and then it came back, so no big deal there.
What? That's so random.
10 years later, there was, I'm sure as Mitch knows, there was a reformatted 3D version.
Yes.
Battle Royale 3D, which is something.
There's a thing you can watch.
It is a thing you can watch. And the body count in this movie is 48, including 15 from flashbacks. So that's the total body count.
If you had the flashback.
Yeah, it's 48. So and there you go. That's it.
Okay. Well, so general thoughts. I want to kick it over to our unsuspecting victims first. So Matt and Jill, overall, what did you think about this movie?
It's great. I mean, it sucks to be them, but I mean, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, there were 40. Wait, out of 43,000 high schools, they're the only one. It's fine.
I also think it's kind of interesting that, like, just happens to be, the guy who's running the program. Oh, you were randomly selected. It has nothing to do with the fact that the kid that, sliced my leg open is in this class. Totally unrelated.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, seriously, it's a great movie. Lots of action, lots of good, like, backstory to, each little story for each person's death. They actually, except for, I think, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6 or something like that. Each person had like a little vignette.
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
They did more character development for 44 different characters than some movies do with like 3 or 4.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Jill, what about you? What'd you think?
I also loved it, and I don't usually say that lightly about movies. The production quality was terrible, and I think that actually made the movie even better. Yeah, awesome. You got to focus more on what was actually happening. No special effects to distract you.
Yeah.
I thought it was really interesting. I loved the concept. I had already seen Hunger Games, but it's interesting to me that this came out way before Hunger Games was even written.
Yeah.
I just thought, well done on all fronts.
To be clear, loving the concept does not mean you want to go to a desert island with 41 of your best friends and hopefully walk away.
Well, this wasn't a desert, so no problem.
Well, it looks like does it not look like the Jurassic Park layout when you look at like the island? It's like that's straight up just from Jurassic Park. I want to get a side by side.
I expected Newman to be behind one of those computers at one point.
You didn't say the magic word. If that had popped up, I would have lost my shit. Lisa, what do you think about this movie?
Wait, so you're saying, hold on, you're saying Jurassic Park and this movie happened in the same universe? We can all agree on that?
So you're saying they turned this island into Jurassic Park? That's where they went?
Battle Royale meets Jurassic Park. You have to kill your friends while avoiding dinosaurs. What if you could ride the dinosaurs?
I think Jurassic Park is Battle Royale, just of the dinosaurs.
Hot take. Lisa, what did you think about it?
It's good. It's a very good movie. I watched it for the first time, years ago now.
Oh, Mitch.
Yeah.
You got Mitched.
I did. I got Mitched way before the podcast ever started.
Yeah.
No, but it's really good. And like Jill said, I know we keep bringing it up, but it is interesting that, because I can't remember if I saw it before Hunger Games came out. Yeah, I did.
Because I think I was irate that Hunger Games existed, and I made you watch.
Yeah, you're like, watch this.
Don't before this is tainted forever.
Yeah,
pretty much Hunger Games. Yeah.
Well, not even that. So this came out in 2000, but the book was written, I think, almost 5-10 years before the movie.
That's all you know.
I mean,
just 2 years.
Just 2 years. Oh, it was only 98. No, well, there you go.
Yep.
Still way before. So no, it's very good. It's parts of it are hard to watch if because people are just getting like mowed the fuck down. But
those are the fun parts to watch.
That's not why you're watching.
The more we talk, the more I'm getting scared of Jill.
Now, what is the age of these people?
15 is.
They're
They're ninth grade.
Ninth grade, right? So we're talking like like 14, 15-ish levels, right? Okay.
Yeah, probably 15 because I think they're done with the 9th grade. It's like the end of the year, right?
Okay.
Well,
they also their age on like some wanted posters as being 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay.
And I think so this may be a cultural thing, so I maybe I'm wrong. Matt, you might actually know this. Only because you've been to Japan and you know a little more. But I think like high school wise, you don't just automatically go to high school like you do in the States. Because he mentions that their compulsory education's done. So not everyone's going to go off to high school after this. So this is really like almost a senior class sort of thing. There's the last time this group will all be together.
That's why that Nobu guy is even there. He's like, I'm going to get one last school trip in, and then I'm out.
No, he's out.
I'm not sure. I do know that different countries handle things differently. Some people go on to university. Some people go on to a technical school. So this is probably, I could see that being true where it's the end of their compulsory education.
Well, you have to take exams in Japan to determine what high school you're going to go to or if you're even going to be able to go to high school. So that guy probably, I assume, would have failed his exams since he didn't go to school.
Well, yeah.
But none seem to care because there are no jobs afterwards anyway.
I wonder if the fact that they're the B class has anything to do with it. Maybe they're the dumb ones.
No, because the other guy, Kawada, said he was from the C class too. So there's multiple.
Man,
I don't know.
But
I just want to know how that Nobu guy is even there after slashing. He slashed a teacher who's still in his class? How is this even possible?
That's a normal thing in Japan.
wait, what?
The teacher didn't, he was upset, but he didn't get the kid in trouble. He didn't send him to the office or anything.
He held a grudge forever until they could make them murder each other.
They got a new teacher who got murdered summarily in the beginning.
Yeah, well, because he didn't agree with the choice in the government. So face.
Oh man. So let's okay. So as we go through this review, so I've read the book. I nerded out really hard on this in high school. So I'm going to try to keep it contained for this episode because I could talk about this movie for hours. But we'll probably sprinkle in some of that book's movie difference in there. But let's talk about this opening scene. We have the great and the music in this whole movie is fantastic. Agreed. All the classical, the opera, everything.
You know how much they spent on royalties for those? $0.
$0.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Pick something really old.
Yeah. That opening sets the bar for this whole movie with the helicopter coming in and they show the previous winner and she's just caked in blood with like a teddy bear. I don't know if the teddy bear was her weapon. There's so many questions I have about this one scene. And she's just smiling, just like
evil smile.
Oh, because she's going to reintegrate into society. Great.
Yeah.
Or they'll send them back in like a couple years later.
Well,
It's actually kind of a good point. Like, what do you do with somebody who lives through this? They can't be right.
No, they're probably just living in a compound somewhere.
So that girl won the game after living for 2 days, 7 hours, and 48 minutes.
Yep.
How long do you guys think you guys would last in a game scenario like this?
5 minutes.
5 minutes?
It depends.
I can't climb trees. I already told you.
So
if you could climb trees, you'd be the winner. But if not, it's 5 minutes. Okay.
I think I could make it at least a day.
You make it a day?
Because
Okay.
if they go by class order, Atkinson, I'm on the first out the door. So it's pretty much just run, and I can to cover some ground before the rest of the group.
Okay, but what if it's reverse alphabetical?
I'm gonna just stay in the room, and the soldiers could probably just shoot me there. I'm not even gonna bother. It's like I'm
just get it over with.
Because the fat dude had it right. Just sit up front, and just start pecking them off as they're out the door. This thing's gonna end in like 20 minutes.
Okay,
Smart.
All right, Matt and Joe, what about you guys? How long you guys think you last in this scenario?
I would last till the very end, but I wouldn't win because I would just be hiding. I'd pick a really good hiding spot the whole time.
That's smart.
And then I would explode at the end with whoever else was left.
Okay.
No.
That's all. All right, Matt, what about you?
So it depends if I get that tracker or not. So if I get that,
Matt gets it automatic. It's like, oh, what am I going to do with this? Would you try to trade? Would you trade for the
trade? What? How is that even possible?
I've got
the trade is bullets.
I've got these sweet hand grenades. Can I have the GPS?
I didn't think about the grenades.
Okay, so.
I just want to say, if anyone was wondering when the first person hangs himself with an extension cord, it's 2 minutes and 55 seconds into the movie.
And it's not even a contestant.
In case anyone was wondering.
Yeah. Well, and the dad who killed himself is Shuya's dad, sending a lot of mixed messages. He's given up. He's committed suicide, but he's left a whole bunch of "I believe in you." It's take the world by the horns.
It's like you hang yourself, and then in the front of your body, there's like a cat with a "hang in there" poster hanging from you. It's like, no, you can't do that.
Oh, that would have been great. Yeah, a lot of mixed messages.
Is that a demotivational poster?
But cute cat on it. I mean, come on. Oh,
the dad. Hang in there.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, but that sucks. I mean, that's not great. It's telling you, all right, shit's going down in this movie. We're not waiting 30 minutes for the first Hunger Games kill or whatever. Things are happening. We're getting 2 minutes in. It is happening.
They set the tone early.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what did y'all think of just the overall premise for this? That it's this old people kind of versus young people. Yeah. There's this high unemployment rate, and for some inexplicable reason, they just have all the kids murdering each other. I didn't quite. That's the only part about this versus the book that I never quite rationalized fully.
I just don't see how it's gonna help.
Yeah.
Because there's 42,000 other schools out there that are fine.
What if
maybe they'll stay in line now though?
If all the kids just drop out of school, who do you pick your Battle Royale contestants from?
I don't know.
Yeah, isn't that kind of like a disincentivizing people to go to school?
Yeah.
You're probably required to go to school though too. I mean,
well,
how is it? This is the thing that really kind of got me. How the kids don't even know that this rule exists, right? So that doesn't seem to help much at all.
Yeah. They were all caught very unaware.
That was confusing to me because I'm like, this has happened every year. How do you not know?
Well,
maybe they don't publicize the winners.
Well,
but they had that news crew.
Yeah, I think that maybe these kids are idiots.
Well,
can we just start with that premise and then work back?
So this is worse than the B class.
I'm blaming the teachers. The teachers clearly suck also.
Well, they keep slashing them in the ass. They can't have a teacher long.
Teach me better, slash. I don't know, but.
Is it always,
ratemyteacher.com is just slashing them. Go ahead.
Is it always a 9th grade class or do they switch it up?
It's 9th grade, I think.
Yeah.
Because if they switched it up, then I could see why they didn't suspect it coming.
No.
Because the one kid, was in one 2 years ago, and then was in another one.
Mm-hmm. Well, but you can volunteer. You can. He signed himself up for it. That's the
so. This is like Hunger Games, then.
Yeah, he volunteered.
No one can see Mitch's face. No one can see Mitch's face.
Stop talking about Hunger Games.
Yeah. So this is one of the few areas. Again, there's not a lot of movie differences, but the book does it a little bit differently in that this is the premise behind it is less about unemployment, but more that Japan has kind of fallen into chaos, and this new government and this dictator sort of stand up a whole new government, whole new society. And so this is all done as sort of a combat simulation, kind of part of how some countries have compulsory service. It's sort of like that. So you're just expected, some class expected to go do the simulation. Really, though, the whole thing's televised the entire way through, very much like the Hunger Games. And the whole point, really, the real reason behind it is to make sure that people don't. You're supposed to not trust your neighbor because you see all these kids turning against each other because you think, oh well, they are all friends, they all know each other, and they quickly turn. I mean, hell, the first day on this move, or when it starts, it goes from 42 to 28 in 6 hours.
Yeah. Well, 2 of them were killed by the teachers, so give them a little bit of credit, but not much.
Fair.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite parts of this movie, maybe it is y'all's as well. I'm going to kind of jump around a little bit. the rules video. Jill, Matt.
Oh my God.
What did y'all think when you saw the rules video?
It reminded me of all the other like cutesy anime Dance Revolution type characters I've seen.
Yeah, it's quintessential Japan, I think.
Yeah. Very upbeat, very happy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, a few years later, she'd be throwing Pokeballs at the screen. You'd be capturing your weapons and then shooting someone with it.
It's like, it's like, oh, your head will explode. Uh-oh. Like it was like cruise ridiculous. Yeah, exactly.
Lisa, what were your thoughts?
I think it's one of the best.
It was so absurd. Yeah,
it's just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Then there's so much of this movie, the absurdism that it could come off as cheesy, but it never really does. I don't think in this film, especially with the teacher when he's responding back all enthusiastically.
Yeah.
They're very upbeat, and all the kids just all the kids looking in horror is one of my favorite things about it because there's so much juxtaposition in so much of this movie. Again, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then eventually the kid's like, "Hey, shut up! I want to hear the video." I can't hear the video, idiot.
The rules.
Yeah. Rules pretty solid. I mean, they kind of really think through a lot of what you would kind of go. Is there anything you thought that they're like, oh, they didn't explain, or any other caveats?
Pretty much covered.
That's pretty concise, pretty well done. Matt and Jill?
Yeah, I mean, basically kill everyone else or you will die in 3 days. That's pretty easy.
Yeah. Oh. There's a battle royale going on in the background right now.
Yep.
So one of my favorite things. So after the rules, the game gets going. Right. The third guy, Ijima, like they're listing people out. They start running out. Right. Because they're like, oh shit, I gotta get out of here. The Ijima guy grabs his bag. He thrusts his bag up like with a solidarity fist. Like yeah. And then leaves. And I was like, yeah, this, like when the very first time I saw it, I'm like, oh, this could be hopeful. And then I just dashed instantaneously. But at least, there was one guy who was kind of like, had like a defiant, hopeful thing. And I really appreciated that. And then it ended very quickly. Yeah. But I appreciate it. I liked that. That was one of my favorite characters.
Yeah. So other characters, Matt, who was your favorite character in this?
Favorite character?
A lot. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of characters now. There's a lot of, so there's some major ones, right? So, there's Shuya and there's Noriko. Yeah. There is Kiriyama and Kawada, the two transfer students. There's...
I just call him Orange Hair Psycho.
Yeah, the everyone's Sephiroth.
Yeah. We call him Anime Guy.
Yeah,
Anime Guy. Nailed it.
Let's see. There's Mitsuko, who's the psycho girl.
Chick, yep.
And then there's one other...
Well, the training chick.
Yeah. And then there's Shinji and the Rebels. I think it's a pretty good band name.
The hackers?
Yeah, the hackers.
The hackers, yeah.
Yeah, so of, I guess, that group, unless there's someone else, who are you rooting for most, or who are you most excited to see when they're on the screen?
Well, I was rooting for the hackers because, that would be awesome if their plan had actually worked.
Yeah.
But really, screen time, I loved Anime Guy. That guy just sprays bullets it's an art form. He's just going nuts. And I love how he does in the beginning when he gets the gun to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
He just does this fake fall, grabs the gun, shoots down 5 guys. Pretty badass.
Yeah, perfect introduction.
He got the fan.
He did. He started with the fan.
With the fan. That's rough.
Yeah.
Just goes to show it doesn't matter what you start with.
That's just a guy who loves what he's doing. When you take joy in your work, you never work a day in your life, right? He's doing the bloody handprint in the window. He's throwing a severed head with a grenade in the mouth.
He's already pre-gelled his hair. He's ready.
It was party time anytime he was on the screen.
Oh yeah,
the throwing the severed head with the grenade in the mouth was extremely impressive. That was actually really good.
Yeah,
that's good. He never actually said a word.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
he let his actions do the talking.
Yeah.
He spat a lot of bullets.
No, that's awesome.
Jill, how about you? Did you have a favorite character?
Yes, I was getting major Daenerys Targaryen vibes from Yellow Tracksuit Girl. I thought she was just a total badass.
Why?
The way she was talking to that dude who was adoring her.
Adoring is a nice way to say very nice way to say that.
Adoring / rapey.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Harvey Weinstein was adoring a lot of people in Hollywood, I guess. Yeah. No, she's a badass. I still cannot watch that scene where she is just going ham on those balls.
Dick stabbing.
Yeah, she just.
Sometimes the punishment fits the crime, Mitch.
I totally deserved. Just say it. It is so very well done and very well acted. That it's just like, holy shit.
I agree with Jill because she was talking like, I'm the mother of dragons, the seventh whatever of the something. How dare you talk to me? She did have that vibe, like to her, like you're just so worthless. Like you're holding a crossbow to me, and I could not give less fucks about you. It was awesome.
Yeah, Lisa, how about you?
I liked the Battle of the Psychos.
Okay.
Because both of them just, oh my gosh, they're both
That was
insane.
Kiriyama and Mitsuko?
Yeah. Anime guy, and I don't know what we're calling her, but...
Mitsuko?
Yeah, Mitsuko, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so, I mean, they were crazy. And it was one of those things where I was just waiting for something to happen to one of them.
No.
So... I'll get to that scene later, but they're the two that once you saw them on the screen, you're like, oh shit, someone's dying.
Yeah. I like the anime guy. I like Mitsuko as well. I like that. No one outside of Kiriyama, no one's really just black and white. Too, they do give everyone a little bit of depth. They do kind of at a point kind of show you why Mitsuko is kind of a loner and kind of outsider from really all the rest of them. And I think, like I said, they kind of go in a little bit more, obviously, in the books and all that. But I thought the movie did a really good job of doing good character development, even for the characters that don't have a whole lot of screen time.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you, Nate?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jill with Chigusa. I called her Jackie Joyner Stabby in this movie. Yeah, the way that they're in this island where they're presumably all going to die and people are trying to kill her. And what is she doing? She's running a 5K. I love it. Like, she's just like, yeah, I'm just going to keep running. And then, obviously, stabbing the guy in the dick who 100% deserved it was great. Yeah. She almost outran bullets. I mean, this lady is basically like superhero Flash levels. She got shot at like 1 million times, like almost point blank, and like dodged almost all of them.
Yeah.
And then made it back to her trainer coach, which she liked, and then died. I mean, it was... Yeah, it was pretty solid.
I really wish the dialogue wasn't so bad right there.
Well, you could say that about a lot of the movies.
You look so cool.
Yeah,
you're the coolest girl ever. You
look so cool. I mean, from a dying person, that is the top compliment you could possibly get.
Those bullet holes really, really bring out the coolness. You were so badass.
Yeah, it's drafty. It's really cool. Yeah, it's terrible. Oh, I liked her though. She was badass. I liked her a lot.
So there are at least 40-something deaths in this movie. Let's talk about some of the best ones. Lisa, what's the Battle of the Psychos? I think was your
Battle of the Psychos.
Is that your favorite scene in the whole movie?
Oh well, see, here's the problem. You're waiting for it. It wasn't as epic as I was hoping.
It was quick. She shot somebody, and then she got shot instantaneously.
Yeah, but yes, right. But between her and anime guy, I expected. I mean, they're both crazy. I expected a little bit more, but that was probably the scene for me.
Well, if anything, she did fantastic because she got shot without being looking, and then came at him and almost took him out. I mean, that was actually really impressive.
Yes, it was. I just expected it to go on slightly longer, but I mean, the movie's already 2 hours, so they probably had to pare it down. Yeah. But after you've seen so much of the other shit they've done to other people, but that was the one scene I was waiting for.
Yeah, Jill, how about you? What was your of the deaths? Which one did you enjoy the most?
She actually just stopped off to go play with the kids. They were waking up.
Oh, okay. Matt, what was that? Yeah, so Matt, what about you? What was your favorite death?
Favorite death? Actually, I'd probably say that it wasn't even one of the kids. I loved Kitano, the old teacher.
Oh, yeah. So at the very end? Yeah.
Yeah, beat Takeshi.
I mean, like, he just... No, it was great. You know, I could shoot you. I've got my gun. And then boom, boom, bam. He gets killed, falls to the ground, looks dead, decides, oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to take this call, eat a cookie, and no, I'm dead.
Yeah. Doesn't he really eat the cookie? He just kind of puts it in his mouth and is like, all right.
Yeah, it's in his mouth. Oh, the last one.
No.
Death was calling, but then he had call waiting. So then he checked. Like, huh? Oh, okay, now I'm back to death.
Yeah, that was the best one.
No. Nate, what about you?
Oh man, there's so many good ones. I mean, it wasn't my favorite, but it was the most like when. Well, what's her name again? The psycho chick.
Oh, Mitsuko.
Yeah, Mitsuko. When she slices the girl's throat open.
When she kills Megumi. Yep.
Yeah. That, first of all, what would I do differently? 1,000%. Letting this lady in and then letting her have my taser.
Yeah, what the hell?
That was terrible. Yeah. But it was basically like, okay, well, this is where Quentin Tarantino got his blood spray from Kill Bill from. Like, instantly. Like that, with the sound effect and everything, like that was exactly what happened in Kill Bill.
Yeah, well, and when she's trying to, like, can I come in? And she flashes the light under her face, and she gives, like, the most evil look you could possibly get with a flashlight. That's not disarming. It's like, oh, and she's like openly admitting, like, oh, I don't know you very well, but I'll let you in. Sure.
I've never gotten along with your group before, but come on in.
But you're cool.
Yeah, you're cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, to be fair, that girl had no chance anyway, but it was still. And then the other lady with the detective work, she's like, all right, there's a tampon. She didn't have her period. You did. I know it was. He was like, it's like the fastest sleuthing. It was like a Psych episode in 30 seconds. Yeah. Like it was just like instantaneous. Like, I got you. And
then, she's like,
Mitch just turns to me at that scene and he's like, did girls just know?
No, like,
I don't.
Yeah, she knows.
Well, like she's like, I checked. She wasn't bleeding. I'm like, that just bleeding. She had her neck slide.
No, wrong place, Mitch.
Is that where it goes?
Don't close the eyes, put some change on the eyes or anything. No, you're checking, you're digging in.
Yeah, thorough.
Oh my God.
Not as thorough with her shooting of people that she should be shooting, but that's a different story.
We need that Law and Order boom boom drop. Yeah. Oh man, Joe, what about you? What death scene was your favorite in this movie?
I need a minute to think about it.
Okay. Well, let me tell you about one. I'll tell you mine then. And then if we don't get to it, I'll go to what I think is the greatest scene in this whole movie, besides the video. This is like a twisted scene, right? But the two girls that have the megaphone, and they're trying to get people to come over there.
Yeah.
And the death itself isn't really... they get shot. They get mowed down with the assault rifle. It's whatever. The fact that Kiriyama goes over and grabs the megaphone and holds it to one of the girls' mouths so everyone can hear her crying
screaming
out and in pain, and then shoots her so that it goes out to everyone. Like, holy shit.
It's like the least stealth move on Earth.
Yeah, like if you're doing that, maybe you have like a booby trap, so like a pit.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, the Psycho anime guy was Psycho. We will remove all doubt. He's a crazy person.
They up the ante with him each round too. Like he's just going to get more insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes. Jill, you come up with one yet?
Yes. So you guys may have already talked about this one. I had to step out for a minute, but the poison scene.
Nope.
Oh no, yeah. that was what I was I was waiting on. Yeah, the poison scene is incredible.
Pretty epic. The girl poisons the whatever lunch they're having because she thinks it's going to go to the guy that she thinks killed her friend on purpose, but it was really an accident.
It was a summer spaghetti. Sorry.
Instead, her actual friend eats it, and then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
How tense did you get, Jill, when when her friend walks in all excitedly and grabs that bowl.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Make it stop.
Yeah. That scene to me, this is the best scene in the entire movie to me for that reason. She just grabs that bowl. Like, this girl is very slowly and deliberately trying to figure out if she's really going to go through with it. She's slowly putting the poison in and committing to it. And this girl just swoops in, takes it, eats.
Yeah,
like
she commits too early.
And the girl with the poison, great. I mean, again, I think these are all actual like 15-year-old actors and actresses or whatever. And perfect acting. That horrified look, and she's just watching it and waiting. She didn't say a word, and you're just, oh shit, oh shit,
yeah.
oh shit,
It was
oh
amazing.
shit, oh shit, yeah.
And I guess she can't stop it. The girl already ate some of it. It's too late for her to even say anything.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, even if she says it, I mean, the full paranoia just hits, and once it breaks out, there's no reining it in. It's one of the best scenes in the entire movie.
Yeah, and then wait, what is? Hold on, and then
It's in a nutshell.
Yeah,
it is, and then at the end, with that girl who does the poisoning kills herself. First of all, too many people killing themselves in this game. Come on, make it a little more interesting.
Well, but what I liked about it, at least, though, is that at no point there wasn't really a whole lot. When we'll get into this, when we do what I would have done differently.
Yeah,
but there's, in terms of your survival strategy for playing the game, a lot of the strategies were tried out. Do I stick with a group? Do I try to make it work? Do I just say fuck it and just kill myself, or do I just go all Comanche Rambo and just start?
Yeah,
I mean, like. I love that this played out that they had a system and it was working, and then it broke so quickly and so.
Oh
easily.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. And then to paraphrase Shuya, I don't know what any of it means, which is what he says. He sees the girl jump off the lighthouse. I mean, yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. Such a good scene. Okay, so I guess let's talk about the ending real quick. So we get to a final countdown. Shinji and his buddies have finally hacked into the army, equipment. They kind of, for a little bit at least, force them to shut down their system so they can try to blow up the school. Fortunately, they get mowed down by crazy anime dude. We get a showdown between the transfer students.
Yeah,
which the good transfer student wins, but then he double twists on them.
He double twist, half gain or double twist.
But then he doesn't because they show back anyway.
Triple twist.
A lot of twists happening here. Really, though, they all.
Well, I hated that the whole hacking storyline takes place over half the movie easily, and then they're like, "We did it! Yeah!" Like so loud, and they just get shot. It's like, idiots.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Their hacking was it was very hackers-esque. Like on the screen, a guy's like dunking.
Oh, yeah. They were missing the Leonardo da Vinci thing popping up going, please deposit $1 million.
No, so I looked it up. So there was a manga called Slam Dunk that like image, like those assets were used from.
Oh, is that really?
Yeah.
So this really is Jurassic Park.
Yeah. And if you cross that over with like the 17 basketball montages, which I need to go into this real quick. There is a guy in the basketball montage wearing a beanie hat, like a hat. Did you guys see this? One of the teammates is wearing like a knit cap playing basketball.
Shinji.
That kid should be fucking ejected from this game. That is egregiously wrong. I could not get over it. Like every montage, I'm like, I know this.
He plays by his own rules.
This knit cap kid is going to be.
His uncle's a revolutionary.
Sorry, what was that, Matt?
I was just saying the whole scene was just ridiculous. I mean, the biggest thing for me is that how many times we watched it.
Yeah, it was like it was like a One Tree Hill episode.
It was to reinforce that they were all good friends at this one basketball game one time.
First of all, this kid's life sucks. The best thing he can come up with is like a crappy ass layup. The shitty game where even in his montage, even in his mind's montage, people are bored sitting on the side of the stands. That's how terrible this guy is.
It's like
is this the Top Gun volleyball scene, basically?
Except with like 1,000% of the action, like a less action.
And less homoeroticism.
Him and Nobu in that foster home. I don't know. 50-50.
Oh my god. All right. So what did y'all think about the overall ending? So at the very end, we're left with Shuya and Orko, they are now most wanted. They are classified as terrorists, which does set up the sequel, which we'll just, again, pretend doesn't happen. Matt and Jill, what did y'all think about? Did y'all like how it ended? Did you think it was kind of, I don't know, kind of just abrupt? What were your thoughts?
I think they should have just ended it with them, like fleeing and within sight of land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing that kind of bugged me is that, like, I guess the girl went home and she got the butterfly knife, which, fine, I get that. But then they said, like, now each of them has a weapon. I'm like, what weapon is that? Because that's only one.
Do you still have the gun? From the transfer
maybe,
student had?
It wasn't. I don't know. It was a small thing, but it bugged me. Yeah. I think they should have just ended it, as they were, fleeing back, pan out.
They have the power of love.
Yeah,
love is the weapon.
Ultimate weapon.
So I thought the ending was fine, but I did have questions about one of the, I guess, did they call them refrains? It was kind of like an appendix.
The requiems, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where she goes to hang out with the teacher and they're eating popsicles.
Yeah.
It just seemed a little creepy to me.
So actually, all of those requiems were put in the special edition that came out a couple years later. They were actually filmed after the movie came out and re-put back in.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's weird. They're like, man, we got 8 minutes that we're adding back, and we really want you to, see them. Not only through the movie, but we're gonna make you watch them again at the end.
And 5 of those minutes are popsicle related.
Yeah, it I don't know what to tell you about that one, Jill. I know about. It was just supposed to show that she was not a terrible student, and that was the only reason why he liked her. But it doesn't.
Well, okay, so at the end, that painting that was shown with her is like the angel right in the middle with kind of her halo-y aura kind of deal with all the kids dead. So Beat Takeshi actually painted that for real. Nice. So that's something. Huh. Lisa's, no one can see Lisa's face right now, but it's not a good sign. I was like, I don't know if it's good or bad, but that's what happened.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're kind of led to believe the guy in the movie, the teacher in the movie, painted that picture.
That's right. Yeah,
and then he wants to go eat orange popsicles with the student, and
no, that was a flashback. That was from before.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
I'm either way. I'm just saying it's a little creepy.
That's why he wanted her to win, because she was decent.
Jill's saying the popsicle is a metaphor. Just take that however you want.
It certainly wasn't as on the nose as the Mitsuko flashback. So.
Oh yeah. Well, and then it's like, I might feel sorry for her because her life was so bad, and then she gets shot instantaneously right after that. So it's like, all right, well, never mind.
All right, well, I think that's going to wrap up our review. So, with that said, I want to ask each of you, what would you have done differently?
Son of a bitch, you left the bodies and you only moved the headstones! You only moved the headstones! Why?
Still the best job. All right, so, Matt, what would you have done differently?
So, I mean, I feel like this is pretty obvious, but if I was Kawada, the good bandana guy.
Yeah.
Good bandana guy.
If I had already hacked the system, and if I already knew, how to do this, why did he wait till the last 3 people were alive before he, tried to defeat the system? Why couldn't he have faked his death, like, way at the beginning, or gotten most people to fake their deaths?
I think he just didn't care. He was just all about just like the figuring out why the one chick smiled.
Oh my god!
Like I don't think he cared about his life. I don't think he cared about his life very much.
Well, I think he
that doesn't make a lot of sense either. Because I mean, like, if he really cared about that and be like, pretend to die, then go in with the shotgun and start hunting after the guys in the school.
Yeah,
seems like you got better odds.
I assume that he was trying to find someone to help him take down the people running it. But I mean, they had microphones, so I'm assuming that, if he just faked it early, if someone saw him, they would be able to hear someone saying, the damn bandana guy kind of shot half of us, maybe it would have tipped them off earlier that he knew how to, hack it.
Could be, but
it's a risky plan. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see how it plays out for him.
So I don't think he cared about disabling the devices. I don't think he cared whether he lived or died. I think he just wanted to be in some sort of situation where he could potentially understand why she smiled at the end.
Yeah.
Could be. Anyway, that's something I would do differently.
So you would do differently. You would have just like hacked it earlier.
I mean, again, I could go Predator style if they can't track me, but I can track them. Mm-hmm.
You'd just be sitting in the woods covered in mud. Just if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah, exactly. Matt's just using to hack it to find the nearest like night vision goggles and then go from there.
Man, those would have been awesome.
He's gonna be like Lisa's climbing a tree going, "Come on, do it! Do it now!" Jill, what would you have done differently?
So I feel like mine is pretty obvious too. The guys who are building the bomb and they're loading up the truck with all their supplies. You remember the dumb friend who hears the noise and he assumes it's one of their friends and he's yelling at him to, "Hey, come on over here. We're over here. Come join us." And then obviously it's not his friend. It's the evil anime dude and he gets shot.
Yeah. That is the equivalent of, "Is anyone in there?
Yeah.
I'm about to take a shower. What's going on?"
Yeah, I'm hearing a noise. Here's my pin on my credit card in case you were wondering. Just making sure.
Agreed. For me, I would. I would say there's 2 times when, had they just shot him instead of like, James Bond evil villain them a little bit. Like they could have, and maybe just back up, just stay slightly away.
Yeah.
You could have killed anime dude and Mitsuko pretty early on in this movie, and great. Now you have 2 non-psychos around. You're just great.
Mm-hmm.
We can all kind of maybe work this out and figure it out. But no, they had to like kick them and got close enough to where they were able to take advantage. So Lisa.
Get out of Japan.
Get out of Japan?
I don't know. Why are you hanging around there?
Get out of Japan.
Immigrate to a better country.
If I had a kid and I knew this shit was going down, I'd be like, you know what? We're moving.
You know what? I don't think this totalitarian government is like. Well, there's not a lot of. I think there's a lot of visas going out.
Everyone's unemployed, so no one can afford to get out and start over.
I don't know if they're.
Which they're unemployed, so damn kids. I don't understand.
Yeah.
It took her germs. So okay, so all right. So Lisa wants to immigrate.
Wow.
Nate,
I have 2. So for the couple that jumped to their deaths and killed themselves, don't do that. And the second one is for the couple that hung themselves. Don't do that. You have a couple. You're a couple of people. At least walk around holding hands. You know what?
I mean,
that's preferable to hanging yourself. Exactly.
And you can't.
If you're so together,
and you can't even say like, "Oh, maybe they had shit weapons." Pot lid and binoculars makes it all the way through.
Exactly. First of all, where'd they find the rope? I didn't even think about that. Was there like just 2 nooses in this guy's bag? He's like, I gotta use it. I don't know.
I mean, there's 2 of them, so what do you do?
I was just like, and it was so early. It's like, this is unnecessary. You could at least you could wait it out a little bit.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Fair. So awards. I'm gonna jump up front on this one. The teacher's pet award goes to Noriko. That's sort of the preferential treatment you hope to get.
Which way are you using the word pet here?
Well,
just wondering.
Nate, how about you?
Oh, I have a lot of awards.
Okay, well, I'm going to skip. Let me get to the other folks while you can trim that list down.
Sure.
Jill, what award would you give?
I kind of already touched on this, but most badass high school chick award goes to Yellow Tracksuit Girl.
Yeah.
Chigusa.
How do you keep track of all these names?
Chigusa. Yeah.
You don't speak Japanese?
Lisa, how about you?
I'm going to give the most popular guy in school award to, what's the main guy?
Shuya.
Shuya?
Well, ladies' man, Nanahara? Shuya Nanahara?
Yeah. Because every time there was a scene with girls and him, someone was either crushing on him or something. And like when he was getting better, and that scene right before the spaghetti poisoning, they're like, "Oh, you're so lucky, he's getting better." I was like, oh my God, this entire class loves him.
Hey, just because we're killing each other doesn't mean we can't have some high school.
Did you see that assist he had in the basketball game?
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
What a man, what a man, what a mighty fine man, Lisa.
Yeah.
Matt, what award would you give?
I don't remember the name of the guy, but worst way to use bulletproof vest.
Yeah. Yelling out loud.
Maybe just
he gets shot. He lays down for a minute, and then he pops up, and goes ha 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 ha.
No.
You know, if you're playing dead, that doesn't help.
Yeah, maybe worst possum or most excited because he couldn't just wait 5 seconds.
Yeah.
To like relish that he was still alive.
It was like the I'm alive thing, like from Saving Private Ryan.
No.
And he takes off his helmet. He's like, oh my God, I'm alive. And then he gets shot instantaneously. It's like the same thing.
Exactly. It's like when I play Call of Duty and I hide behind some. I'm like, yes, I didn't die. And I run back out. I get shot immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy.
Yes, exactly.
All right, Nate.
All right, I have a couple. So I have the Sopranos level tracksuit award to Beat Takeshi because you guys saw this tracksuit, right? I mean, it was aggressive. Right?
Yeah.
It was aggressively tracksuit.
I am positive. Whatever. Just keep going.
And I have the nice guys finished last award to the guy who had the GPS tracker, went to go find a girl, found the girl, got shot by the girl, gave the girl advice to run after being shot, and then saying, I love you. And he's like, why are you giving me advice after I shot you? And he says, you're so cute. So nice guys finish last.
That's how you work yourself out of the friend zone.
Yeah. The dead zone. From the friend zone to the dead zone. Terrible lateral move.
No.
Lateral move?
Dang.
I don't know. One involves getting your balls chopped in half. The other doesn't. So
yeah,
kind of a downgrade.
Yeah.
Do you have any more?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, that brings us to our last segment.
Final cut.
All right. Here's where we give our rating out of 10. So for Jill's benefit, this is an out of 10 rating system. You get to put whatever metric you want in terms of what it actually is out of. So Lisa, we'll start with you. Where do you put this movie?
It's pretty high up there. I'd probably give it 7 out of 10 pot lids.
Nice.
It's well done.
Yeah,
it's very good. When it came out, in 2000, it's one of those things that like when you see that many people freaking out about it, there's probably something to it.
Yeah.
And it's held up really well. Like you watch it now and you aren't like, oh my God, this movie sucks. Like it still holds well.
The only thing that didn't age well was the internet they were using.
Well,
other than that, fantastic.
Programming and it's just funny.
Well, in this dystopian universe, they don't have net neutrality.
Yeah.
So
downside.
Damn.
Downside.
Yeah.
Call your Congress people.
Matt, how about you?
Yeah, I don't really buy into the whole, out of 10 business. So I'm going to say 40 out of 42 dead school kids.
Awesome. All right. Well,
wow.
It's close to being 41 out of 42, which would be perfect. But there's just a couple of those little things that kind of bugged me. But overall, excellent movie.
I don't know what's happening.
I know. Yeah. Nate, how about you?
I'm debating. I'm going to give it. I'll bump it up. I'll go 8 out of 10 spicy meatballs.
Nice. What made you bump it up?
I don't know. Probably I would say the amount of backstory given to all the characters, more than they could have done. It could have just been killing, and they could have kept the same length and more killing, but they broke it up just enough. I think that because of the motivations for some of the characters, even the ones that were kind of bit players in this thing, I think that bumps it up to an 8.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Jill, how about you?
I actually really liked it, and I was surprised by how much I liked it because, first of all, it was billed by you guys as a horror movie. Second of all,
There's child murder.
That's not a consideration, actually.
That doesn't turn me off so much.
Teens are getting murdered. It's the hallmark of any sort of slasher film. Anyway, go ahead.
Second of all, Mitch has been kind of a bad influence getting Matt to watch all these anime shows lately, so I thought it was going to be something like that.
Okay.
But no, I was pleasantly surprised. So I would give it 9 out of 10 yellow tracksuits.
Ooh, nice.
Wow, well done.
Right. All right. Well,
I think
again,
that should also say that it's not that bad.
I'm trying to think, but we'll talk about that after the.
She liked it because there's only one anime character in this, rather than all of them being
all
anime.
of them,
so that's good.
Fair. So I love this movie to death. I had a hard time actually trying to rate it fairly.
Wait, what does that even? Hold on.
Well,
what does that even mean? You have a rating system.
I am rating this as just the film, not like with all the other nerd out stuff that I did, like the book and all that kind of stuff added in there. I rated it as an 8 out of 10 homemade cookies.
You wanted to give it a 10.
I wanted
to give it a 10.
I'm not going to though. Wow. And here's why.
Wow.
Because since the first time, and it still bothers me now, those stupid ass titles that just randomly appear at random ass, they bother the hell out of me. They have always bothered me.
People were talking after they're dead. What's the problem?
It's part of. What now, Matt?
Read Japanese.
I know.
Because you don't know Japanese.
That's clearly.
You don't know Japanese.
I don't know
That
Japanese.
is the name of this episode. Thanks, Matt.
I mean, that was kind of the thing. They were just so sort of random, and it kind of took me out of it a little bit. And that's the only real fault with this film that I can find. So
that's 2 whole points, really.
That's kind of common in Japanese cinema, though.
Yeah, come on.
Not that bad.
Come on.
That's the only fault. I think you can bump it up to a 9.
Yeah.
All right, you talked me into it. 9 out of 10. It's up there with it. It's up there with it. I'm there with 9. All right, I've changed it. You talked me into it. No, this movie's great. I loved it. I clearly made all of y'all watch it. I forced it on there because I do think it should be treated.
I think
as
I watched it
like movie.
literally 2 months ago on my own, so it's not even a big deal.
Okay. You're so cool, Nate.
I don't want to brag, but yes.
You are so freaking cool. Okay, well, that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode. Matt and Jill, thank you so much for hanging out and talking this movie with us.
Yeah, happy to do it.
You're welcome.
If we find more movies where teenagers are getting murdered by the dozens, we will let you know.
I will absolutely make sure the next one is a horror movie for you, Jill, so don't worry. Yeah. We'll definitely spice it up for you.
Your games?
Oh.
Nate,
we're gonna do a 5 episodes straight Hunger Games marathon.
Y'all have fun with that. I will not be there. Nate, where can they find us?
They can find us at our website, which is texaspodcastmassacre.com. You can find us on Spotify now, which is awesome. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and all your other podcast platforms.
Awesome. Well, from all of us here at Texas Podcast Massacre, thank you for listening, and just keep telling yourself it's only a movie. Good night.